Hello, how are you doing this morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever time of day it currently is for you on this planet? How are you? Currently, for me, it is a pristine day outside, so it's a good day for a story time. And before I get into this video, if you haven't already, go check out my first ever magic fungi trip. Stop what you're doing now and go check that video out. Or you can watch this video and then watch that one. The order doesn't really matter, or you can do whatever you want. At the end of the day, I hope you enjoy the story time and the video. And without further ado, let us discover who the universe has chosen for today's opponent. So, yes, this story time is on my second ever magic fungi trip. Before I get into the video, I must say, as I spit all over my computer, I must say I'm not going to give any details on the group I was with. I'm just going to say they, them, and it was a group more than 2, less than 7, because it doesn't really matter to the story. So this group, I was still in school at this time. This was last year. I was still in school, and we all agreed at the beginning of the school year that we were going to trip one day. And we actually all had experience. We were all well versed in the magic fungi. We have all tripped before, so it was nothing new to us. The only thing that was new is we were going to be doing it together for the first time. And we all knew that we wanted to do it outdoors. I must say, I do not encourage the use of mind-altering substances. Please use at your own risk. But if you do plan on using this, do it outside. You'll thank me later. Anyways, I may pause a little bit in between the story just to pay attention to the chess game that is currently taking place, because I do want to win, so you have to bear with me. Bear with me, please. It's a good story. So yeah, the day finally came. It was the perfect time, perfect day. The weather was perfect. And I'm also going to take this pawn. We were all finished with work before Thanksgiving break, so it was a great time. So this day, my friend and I, one of my friends and I, he ordered the magic fungi at this place. But when we went there, they didn't have it. They're like, we came too early. They didn't have it that day. Maybe try their other store. So they have 2 stores. So we went to that store, and they too didn't have it. So, our hopes, we were getting a little doubtful, but our hopes were still up. So we contacted our friend, who we know actually indulged in the magic fungi fairly recently. So we knew he had the spot, and he told us that this one store was absolutely going to have what we needed. So that was good news. So we go to this store. It's like a small store. When we go in, it's pretty bright. The walls are white. The lights are beaming. And as soon as we get in, we hit the front desk and we're like, this is what we want. And the guy is like, I got you. And he says to turn around and go through the back door. So we go to the back door, and it's a pretty conspicuous, pretty dark room. Do I castle here? I think I'm going to castle here, actually. Yes, I'm going to castle this side of the board. Let me go ahead and do this first. Okay, for some reason my opponent did not like their position and they resigned the game, so we're going to have to get into another one. This is our second opponent of the day. Anyways, yes, we go to the back door. It's a conspicuous dark room, and as soon as we get into the room, there's a guy at the desk making a deal with other people, and once they finish, we then hop up to the table, and it is now our turn to make a deal. So we say what we want, and in the beginning, I actually wanted the natural form of the magic fungi, but the guy and my friend is like, you know what, let's just get the chocolate version. The chocolate infused version, it tastes better and it has the same effect. So we're like, all right. I'm like, all right, I give in. I'm like, all right, cool. It's the best buck. It's the best value for our buck, especially with the amount of people we had. So we got the chocolate. We make the deal done. They send us through another back door, through an alley, onto the street. It was like a GTA mission kind of thing. That's what it felt like. It felt like a GTA mission deal or whatever. I don't know, but it was real life. Anyways, we're now feeling good. So what do I do here? I think I just developed my bishop. We're now feeling good. We have the goods. So we go home and we wait for our other friends to come over. Once they come over, um, oh, this is interesting. Okay, what do I do in this situation? I think I just block. Once they come over, um, we all take our portion of the chocolate, and there's still enough left over for us to do it over, for us to eat the same amount. But we keep that. We're like, we're not going to take all of it. So again, we wanted to go outside, and we knew the perfect place. So we hit the school shuttle. We hit the school shuttle, and we go to another dorm area that is next to this pretty big park. A very nice park with a trail. And like 5 minutes into the shuttle ride, we start cracking up laughing. Like that is the only thing we can do. Like my bones were tingling. Like there's this tingle feeling in your stomach that rises up to your throat. And the whole time we're laughing. Mind you, there are people on the shuttle, and they were probably like, what is going on with these guys? They're tripping. Anyways, we don't care because like we are on the shuttle to Narnia. That's what it felt like. We were on the shuttle to Narnia. We were on a rocket ship, spaceship, on our way to another dimension, right? We're in our complete different zone from any other, completely different frequencies than anybody else, so we don't really care. We don't really care about anybody else, right? So that's what's going on. As soon as we hit touchdown at the park, that's when the laughter actually stops. We make our way down to the park, and like everything, the only word I can say is everything is sharp. The colors, the air, the noises, the sounds, I already said noises, sounds, the smells, like everything is just pristine, sharp, clear, all of that good stuff. I'm actually going to make my way over here with the king so I can pretend castle. I don't really like my position though, I will say that. I think it's even. The only reason I don't like my position though is because I already castled and I kind of have to waste some moves. Anyways, we get to the park and we make our way down to the trail, and it is just magic, like Narnia. It literally feels like Narnia outside on our way down to this trail. And before we enter the trail, it's like a park with it's like an open field area. So we hit the trail, and this is when we take off. This is when the trip really takes off, and we are officially in it. And me personally, I am the person, when I am tripping on the magic fungi, I like to talk and talk and talk. So like I was talking the whole time pretty much. And another cool thing is, wait, what do I do here? Another cool thing is like the leaves and the bushes and the trees were all pixelated. It was like I was seeing the fragments or the structure of nature, right? That's how I can explain it. They're like fragments of reality coming out of the bushes and the trees. It was pretty cool. So once we're walking through the trail, we actually find this area that is secluded to the woods. There's like a huge. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna have to bring my king back. There's this big area that's like dome shaped, surrounded by trees. There's this big rock wall, and it was like surrounded. If you have ever seen the movie Hunger Games, and with the dome, and like when they hit the dome, you can see the I don't know what shape, the hexagons or whatever. That's what it looked like. That's what the leaves of the trees looked like. So it was pretty cool. And it was like time ceased to exist in this area. Anyways, I was pretty adventurous. I'm naturally an adventurous person, but when you're on the magic fungi, everything is more extreme. So I was like, you know what? I decided to climb this rock wall, and I got pretty high up there. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, I got pretty high up the rock wall. I just don't like my position at all. I cannot sugarcoat. I mean, there's nothing, nothing much I can do, honestly. I mean, I can bring my king like this, so and I have access to this other rook. I have to bring this other rook into the game, though. So yeah, I climb like halfway up the rock wall. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to get hurt. So I come back down. We stay there for a little while, and this is when the sun starts to come down, and like we're in Narnia, we don't want to get lost, so we're like, you know what, let's head back home. So on our way back home on the trail, this is not good. Are you coming here? And then, I mean, there's nothing else you can really do after this. I mean, I am not in a good situation at all. I just cannot even lie, but I can do this. I can simplify. I think my best option here is to simplify, so that's what I'm going to do. Take that. I don't want to get rid of my dark squared bishop. That would be game over for me. What do I do in this situation? I don't know, actually. I really do not know. But yeah, it's getting pretty dark, and so we're like, let's head back home. And on our way back through the trail, we hit this river part, which was pretty cool. And we get under a bridge, and with cars walking by, and we get under this bridge, and we notice that there's an echo. And you know, again, everything while you're tripping is more extreme. So the echo was really cool. So we stay there for a little bit, and there's these cars driving by. They're looking at it. There were probably a few cars that took a glimpse at these people under this bridge, just in awe of the bridge. Like, one of my friends were really in awe of the bridge. They're like, we created this bridge. And you know, when you're every day walking by a bridge, you don't really think about that. I mean, maybe some people do. They're like, oh my God, we created this bridge. It's super cool. But you know, when you're tripping, it's a different level of cool. And it is pretty cool. Like we did, you know, create all of these structures. It's fascinating. But yeah. And we get into conversations of like money and like the construct of money and all that good stuff, and you know, just blasted off conversations, high conversations. And so the bridge part was probably one of the coolest parts, but we finally are no longer fascinated with the bridge, so we continued to exit the trail. And like, I don't know how to explain it. It really was like Narnia. Like, I don't know, like in the dark, it was, you know, I'm seeing all kinds of dark shades of colors, and there's like these specks. It's like fairies in the forest. It was like a magical forest. But we exit the trail, and once we exit the trail, like the stars are out, and the stars are calling to us, and we're like, oop, and then my opponent blundered the bishop. That's good. We exit this trail, and we're like, we have to stay to stargaze. So we immediately drop to the ground and begin to stargaze. We're just laying down in the grass, stargazing, and this was a very magical moment. Like every time I close, you know, like the stars were there, but there was more stuff going on. Like I could see more colors, and the sky was so clear. It's just everything is just more it's just magical. I'm not saying like life isn't magical already. It's just something different that you don't experience every day. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to have to worry about this guy. I'm gonna go like this, make sure they don't queen, and then you're gonna go like that, and then I'm gonna go like this, and then, okay, you're gonna do that. Yes. And then I'm gonna go like this. Nice. We're doing it. I haven't done it yet. I still have to be careful. You know what? Do I sacrifice my queen here? I think I'm gonna sacrifice the queen and just charge down the battlefield with my pawn. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I have to do. Queen, please, I do not want to lose this game. This is still not over. It's still kind of nerve-wracking. Let's go ahead and do this. I just need to get the king in the open. That's all I need to do in this situation, is just get the king in the open. We're going to win another pawn. That's good. Once the pawns are off the board, I can take a deep breath of relief. Anyways, so yeah, looking at the stars, I'm traveling in the universe among the stars. That's what it feels like. And one thing that kind of and two people in the group, two of my friends, there's like pull-up bars and there's dip bars, and they get the urge to work out. So they go work out, and me and another friend, the other, we decide to stay and look at the stars even more. And this is when it gets emotional for me, because I'm looking at the stars, and I close my eyes once, and I can see myself looking back at me. Like I'm smiling at myself, not in a creepy way, but in like just like in a hopeful way. Like I can see, I don't know if it was my past self, future self, or current self, but once I closed my eyes, I could see myself like smiling at myself. Like I was telling myself like everything's gonna be okay, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And that's when I start crying. I'm breaking down, I'm crying, and that's a normal response when you're tripping. Like sometimes you get an emotional response, and that's another thing when you're tripping. Like so many things are going on in your head, and you realize it makes you see different perspectives of things, and sometimes you might get emotional. And when I saw myself, that's what happened. So I was crying, pouring down crying, and I was like, cool, I'm embracing the moment. We go work out. We go proceed to work out. I'm still crying, mind you, while we're working out, which was an interesting experience. But I just wanted to like conquer something in the moment. So I'm like hitting these dips, like 20 at a time, going crazy, to the point where I can't hold myself up any longer. And my opponent, I believe, has conceded. So it gives me enough time to finish the story. Which not too much else happens after that. Like once I stop crying, we stop working out, like my energy is depleted, and I'm just happy. I'm just super happy in the moments. And we actually walked to the dorm where one of our friends lived, so we're gonna hang out there for a little while. And once we're walking up to the dorm, like we see a deer right in front of us eating. And one of my friends makes a comment. They're like, I think I make a comment. I make a comment. I'm like they're so innocent. Like they don't know what cars are or anything. You know, we just build into their home. Like we ruin their homes and stuff. They don't. I'm like, they don't know what cars are. You know, they don't. It's probably freaky for animals. So you know, um, I'm just super sympathetic, happy, sad. All the emotions flood in, and at the end, I'm bright, happy. We hit our friend spot. We're in there, and on the dorm, we go to the roof, and we stargaze again. And I listen to music, and that's pretty much the end of it. So we get 2 wins in a row, and actually, I think that's what happened the first video. I think I played 3 games, but I won 2 and drew 1, I believe. I don't know, but win 2 games. The story. Hopefully, you enjoyed the story. It was, you know, only a it was the whole story, but a few aspects of the feelings that I felt, because you know it's really unexplainable. I can't go into detail in everything. You know, that's just kind of like the gist. But that's the most of what happened. Again, I have to say, I do not encourage the use of these substances. Please proceed at your own risk. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, go check out my other first magic fungi trip video, and go check out all the other videos. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And that's all I have for today. I hope you have found peace in your day. If you have not already found peace in your day, I hope you eventually find peace. And other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Toodles.